they're more likely to graduate in 4 years. When they feel connected, they're more likely to have healthier and happier experiences at our university. I can't speak, for every single person on my coalition, and obviously, when elected, that is something that will be up to their discretion on fee review. But I can say I'm very confident in their ability to evaluate fees based off of the impact it will have on students.
Thank you. Our next question is being prepared by Will, and I think features a special guest.
Yes.
I'm hoping you all know who this is. Otherwise, it might be a good time to exit.
Good evening. I've often spoken with KU faculty and staff about the balance between the rights and responsibilities of their positions. And I'm wondering what you think about how that balance applies to KU students. What do you see as the most important rights and responsibilities of students?
That is, of course, Chancellor Bernadette Gray Little. And let's ask Mackenzie to field this one first.
Absolutely. Wow, the most important rights and responsibilities of students. I would definitely say that what makes, I think, a university special, and one thing that I've always admired in doing research for different platform initiatives, is that USC actually, their honor code is so ingrained into their society that they don't have proctors for exams, which I think is awesome. Like, that's, students coming together, working towards a goal, behaving ethically. And so I would say the most important rights and responsibilities of students are to behave ethically, to take, the honor pledges that we sign at the end of our test, at the beginning of our tests, importantly. And that counts not only in Senate, but also in the classroom.
Kevin, you'll get the next word.
Could you please repeat the question?
The Chancellor's question is, what do you think are the most important rights and responsibilities of KU students?
Thank you. Well, as Student Rights Committee Chair for Student Senate, we actually went up with the Code of Student Rights Responsibilities. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Well, I guess you guys know that I'm pretty advocating of student rights, and the most important thing I think we have to look at is the future. Future students, will they have the same opportunity as us? Will they have the same privileges as us? That's what I think that the Bill of Rights now in our Constitution is a privilege that we have, and we have to fight every day for that. And thank you.
And Morgan.
That's pretty cool technology. Jake, did you get to ask her that question?
No, actually, Thomas did.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's pretty cool. Well, I think what the Chancellor is probably getting at here is the fact that every student board, in order to be university recognized, needs 20% of the board to be students, to be that student voice, kind of what we touched on earlier. And again, crediting Miranda, as the vice chair, and Kevin as the chair of the Rights Committee. I think they've done such a great job this year. But really making sure that that student voice is heard. That is the right. The responsibility is to make sure that those are filled and to make sure that students are coming to these boards and to these committees with the views of all students, not just students in the Student Senate chambers, but the student body as a whole. And that is something that we are dedicated to making sure happens in the future.
Thank you. I'd like to turn the questioning back over to the panel of journalists, and we don't have this part scripted out, so I'll let, if any of them have a burning question that they want to throw out.
This actually is scripted, so this is also kind of a long-winded question, so maybe listen especially closely. So I apologize in advance. Executing some of the largest platforms, such as the Student Recreation Center renovations or the Wesco Beach renovations, are a group effort among students and administrators. Describe how your coalition will collaborate with administrators to plan and follow through with your largest and potentially most expensive platforms.
Okay, did you catch all that?
No.
All right.
It's okay.
Do you want to read the last part of it again, Allison?
Yeah. Okay, so blah, 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 renovations are expensive. Describe how your coalition will collaborate with administrators to plan and follow through with your largest and potentially most expensive platforms.
So collaboration with administration. Kevin, I'd like you to answer first.
Alrighty. Well, actually, we were discussing this in my planning class today. there's a little give and take between us as students and administration. We have differing goals and desires that sometimes they do align with each other, sometimes they don't. And honestly, we have to be honest, and we have to be advocate for every single direction that might go with it, and to always think that if we can make this a little bit cheaper without compromising the overall goal that we're trying to achieve. Also, you know, I know it sucks talking about compromise, but compromise is a big key when we talk to on a business scale. That we have to plan for that, and really it's just planning with and be in accordance with administration and being their friends. Thank you.
Mackenzie.
I would say another central theme of our campaign has been making sure that students feel that they have equity, not only in the decisions being made, but also, you know, in what we're putting out there initiative-wise as a coalition. We have voted and vetted every single one of the initiatives that we're running on, which is important. Making sure that those happen, especially the larger ones that is going to require a lot of work. I like to think of the student body president as kind of like an old school telephone operator, where you're plugging people into different places, you know, different areas. And I'm passionate about plugging in students and helping them get connected with what they're passionate about. That's what I see a large role of the student body president being. I want to make sure that, you know, we have students, Catherine Gwynn, for an example, she is a president of the Commission on the Status of Women. She's running with us, and the Garugi Safe Center, Safe Bar Alliance, expanding that was one of her ideas, and it would be crazy for us not to let her, you know, work on that, whether she's elected or not. And we want to be sure that regardless of what coalition you ran on, that if you want to have a voice, if you want to help out, if you want to be a part of the change and making a difference on campus, that you have that opportunity. That's extremely important to us. The 1 year that we have in office is an extremely short time frame, and you know, we can't do it as alone as an executive staff. I have seen, you know, in my 3 years in Student Senate, that a lot of times the senators are kind of disregarded after they're elected into office, and they're not really plugged in on accomplishing initiatives, and that's something that I definitely want to change, and I want to plug in everybody that's passionate about it into accomplishing these things. And I think when we work as a cohesive team, more things happen. They happen faster when we have a stronger, more united voice.
And Morgan.
So the question was actually, how will we accomplish expensive projects, correct?
No, it was about how your coalition will collaborate with administrators to plan and follow through with your largest and potentially most expensive platforms. So I guess I'm addressing more about your collaboration plans with administrators and other people on campus.
Apologize. It's okay. We've done the research on these platforms. The feasibility of these is 100%, and that's something that's really exciting. We have already started collaborating with administrators and with other campus entities on all of these things. These, once are elected, we will just keep rolling with them, keep rolling with these conversations, and continue this collaboration that we've already begun. In terms of kind of the most expensive, I guess, I'm excited to discuss this annual fall concert that we're really excited about, and that our team has been working very hard on in conjunction with Homecoming as well. We have talked to numerous campus entities about this privately funded concert. The money is there already, which is great. We have been in conversations with private donors for weeks, and they are just as excited about this as we are. It's been funny in a lot of our discussions with administration. They have said, you know, we've always had the money for this, we just haven't had the 21-year-old mind. And our response was, well, you know, we've got the 21-year-old mind, we just kind of don't have the money. So let's fit the puzzle pieces together and let's make this happen. This concert specifically, I think is so exciting because this will produce so much revenue for the city. This is something that is an easy expense to take on because it will pay itself off in that day. And again, this is something that we have really, really worked hard on with all sorts of campus entities. We've had numerous students just walk up to us and say, oh, you're Grow, you're the ones with the concert. And it is really exciting. And we have made sure to do our groundwork so that these students walking up to us and asking these questions won't be disappointed, you know, in the fall and homecoming season when we do put on this concert.
Our next question is going to come from Will.